Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Goddess Kendra, and today I have a guest. Her name is Bianca. Say what's up.
Hi.
So, today's topic, we're going to talk about deadbeat
Beat
parents. Would you like to go first?
Sure. You know, when you ask your baby daddy or your baby mama to do something and you can't get them to do anything. You have to always ask them to buy diapers. You have to ask them things that, you should know that your child needs, or it's kind of annoying that you gotta tell that parent to buy something for their child or get something for their children. It's ridiculous to me.
Well, my thing is, because we had to say deadbeat parents because we know mothers are just as bad as fathers,
Yep.
right? So, my thing is, how do you expect your baby daddy or your baby mother to continue to have patience with you when they say please and thank you and then not expected to get on child support? Like, I understand if you don't like me, but the child didn't do shit to be abandoned like that.
And that's the child did not. The child has nothing to do with what had he or between what we did. If we're gonna co-parent or whatever, you shouldn't be mad at me, and neither should the other parent be mad at whatever case. It's you guys got to grow up and take care of that child together. You guys decided to have the child. It's not his fault or her fault that she's here. That's between you and the baby father,
Or the
or the
baby
baby
mom.
mama. It's ridiculous how people get mad, and especially baby mamas. They get pissed off because their baby daddies are not with them no more, and they're with a new chick. Shit, let somebody else have him. Who cares? Just as long as you taking care of your kid, that's all that matters.
And then I will use an example of someone that irritates me, Little Fizz from B2K. Now he knows deep in his little soppy ass heart that he still has feelings with Moniece, and I don't respect the fact that every time he gets a new woman, he tells the kid, "This is your new mother." That's fucking disrespectful, and he purposely dates her friends or people in their circle to piss her off, and then she's so dumb to get mad. Like, the last two episodes of Love and Hip Hop pissed me off because we all know that April Jones' baby daddy was Omarion from B2K. We've been asking you what's up with you and Fizz, and she's fucking pregnant by him. And remember, they're in the group B2K together. That could fuck up your money, and that's disrespectful as hell.
Yeah, it is. Just there's things that you just don't do while you have kids. You guys. It's once you have a kid, it's a different story. You guys just need to grow up and cut it out. There are like single mothers out here just doing their best as to provide for their kids, and then the baby daddy wants to act funny. There are other guys. I give props to some of the guys, because there are guys that raise their children as well.
Single fathers.
Yeah, single fathers. So I give you guys props too, because there are guys out there that do raise their children. You know what I mean? It's not easy raising a child by yourself. You know what I mean? And when you do it, it's really hard, like I said.
Especially when you don't have family that lives in the current state you live in and you still have to provide. As myself, I've had to turn down jobs because I'm like, I can't work on weekends. Even though someone helps me, we work opposite schedules. So, and I feel jobs as well, they get mad when they're like, this is my schedule, and they try to force you to work something they know you fucking can't.
Yep. That pisses
And then
me
you
off
end
too.
up, and then they try to shame parents who have children.
Yeah.
And that really upsets me because how can you not be expected to be put on child support? Now I'm a cool person. I told my baby's fathers, my ex-husband and my baby daddy, I said, as long as you help me with these children, whether it's emotional, financially, spending time doing homework, I will never fucking put you on child support. But what do they do? My ex-husband is married to some fat ass, funny built shaped bitch that's about two sizes of my refrigerator, and she doesn't take care of her three children. And then once all this custody stuff got crazy, I won't go into detail. If you see some of my videos, you know what I'm talking about, and abandon them. And then my son's father is upset with me because I put him on child support. He's told me 1,000 times I send my son shit, and why does it never fucking come? I get shit from other countries that take 3 to 6 months to come, and I don't get shit. So you're mad because you pay less than $200 a month? You go against the grain. You don't try to work with me, because I'm like, I told him I don't care who you fucking, who I'm fucking, ain't none of your business.
Exactly.
It's about your freaking child, but you want to cause drama, and now you're upset because your son is talking shit to you, telling you to stop being an asshole. I told my child, however you feel about your father, let him know, whether you call him or you text him.
And that's how I am. I have a. Actually, he's 10 months now. You know, and I knew, and I'm a first time mother, so you know it's different when you're put in that situation, and you were like, hey, you know, you didn't think that you were going to be doing it by yourself, but now you're doing it by yourself. And me being a first time mom, it's hard raising a baby by yourself. You know. You know, I knew, like I said, when I came home with him, I knew nothing about taking care of a child. Nothing. Like, I knew nothing. You know, I was so excited that I was able to bring my joy, you know, my bundle of joy home, and, you know, and then I was like, fuck, what was I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Afterwards, and, you know, I did the best that I could, that any parent would do, you know. You know, I still have him. I'm raising him appropriately, you know.
We help each other out.
Yeah, we help each other out.
Yeah, we help each other out, because that's what friends do.
Yeah, you know, we do what we can for each other, and you know, that's all. She helps me out watching him, you know, and it's crazy how my baby daddy lives in the same house, you know, with me, and he doesn't help me. Like, you know, you would think that, okay, being that he's a boy, most guys would want a boy. You know,
right.
You know, they would be like, damn, I had a boy, I'm gonna do whatever I can for him, you know. And in his case, that's not what it was, you know, because he was so pumped when I was pregnant with him, you know, and then all of a sudden it was something different, you know,
like he's a toy or something.
Yeah, like, you know, you either in your child's life or you're not. You cannot be halfway in or halfway out. You have to be 50-50. I mean, you have to be 100% in the child's life, or just not at all, because you can't treat a child like if it's a toy, because that's not what they are.
They're not right.
Yeah, they're human beings. They have feelings like we do. You know what I mean? And that's sad that, you know, most guys do that to their kids. I grew up with no parents, so I definitely know how it feels not to grow up with your parents. I grew up with my grandparents, so you know, as a mother, I would want him to be with his father.
Right, and I would say when I was born, my mother did not want me, and she's always treated me. She treated me as if she hated me and she was jealous of me. And then my father passed away when I was 9, so I know what the love feels like when a man loves you. But my mom used to always get mad at my father and not let him be in my life. And when I was older, I was like, you're a fucking liar. Fuck you. And of course, his family, my dad's family, told me the evil shit my mom would do, and I felt some type of way. And what really hurt me was she told me, or I heard her tell me, I'm glad her dad's dead. Like, who says that about somebody?
Yeah, and that's kind of fucked up anyway. You don't tell somebody about their parents. And my grandma was good. My grandparents were good about that too. My grandparents were good about that too. So they used to tell me, you know, hey, because your parents weren't good for this, your parents weren't good for that. Okay, so yeah, they used to tell me that, you know, if your parents wanted you, they would come get you. You know, you don't tell your kids that, you know what I mean? I lived in a strict home. So I felt like my grandparents didn't care, you know. I was told when to eat, when to get up, when to, you know, go to sleep, when to take a piss. You know, when, you know, I was so controlled for the things that, you know, I should have been able to do. I didn't have a social life, you know, and I don't want that for my son.
Right. And it's just frustrating because then they try to talk shit about you too. Like, if I'm telling the truth about you, that's not talking shit, that's telling the truth. And now you're mad that you're on child support, but you've done nothing to try to help.
Exactly. And that's that. And you guys can't get mad for when you're not supporting your child, or even physically helping your baby mother out. The little things that you guys do for your baby mama, it counts. It fucking counts.
Even if you go switch shifts, like if I'm like, okay, I work these days, I take the kids from Friday to Tuesday, you take them from Wednesday to Thursday, that helps.
Yeah,
that helps.
It helps. But it seems like most of these, and it's most of the young people and maybe older people. I feel like after people have kids, that's when people want to break up. And most people have the thought of, if we have a baby, it's gonna fix the situation, and
Hell no.
it never fixes the situation. You mostly see people break up because they're not getting the emotional support and the help that they need from their partner or their spouse.
Right? And you can only say something so much to somebody until you start to resent them, and then anger starts to build. And then people think, like you said, that children are toys. Like, if you're not there for them, they're gonna fucking know it. Even as less than one, they'll know it.
Yeah, they can see it. They have feelings just as well as we do. They know things. Babies are smart. That's what you guys. Some people don't know that, but babies are smart. They know who take cares of. Been there for them. They know who takes knows the person that's been there for them, that helps them with everything, wakes up for them, feeds them, change them, and it's not about it's not a baby is it's not taking care of a baby is not like it's not just feeding him or feeding her or changing her diaper. You have to be there emotionally support, trying to calm it down, and sometimes it's frustrating because you don't know why they're crying, and sometimes I have to put them down and walk away. I have to put my son down and walk away because it's frustrating, and sometimes I have to tell my baby daddy that hey, you cannot feed him this, you can't do this. But it's like it doesn't get through to his head, or I don't know.
Because I always ask you, remember when I went to go buy the chips, can he eat Cheeto Puffs? It's soft. I want to go buy hot chips or give him spicy foods. And it's sad. People use the excuse, oh, I didn't have a father. Well, my father passed away when I was 9, and my mom never fucking wanted me. I'm not a fucked up person.
And that's bullshit. And that's the same thing with me. I didn't grow up with my parents. Even though my parents are still alive, I didn't grow up with my parents. I grew up with my grandparents. So it kind of, to me, I know how it feels not to grow up with your parents. And to me, it hurts me to see my son go through the same situation. I didn't grow up with any of my parents, but I mean, at least he'll have me, as his mom. But I feel like, it's sad that, it's when kids don't get to see the other parent, or the other parent don't want to act right because, whatever reason it may be, it's just sad to me because I sometimes it messes with the kid's mind, and it fucks the kid up in so many ways.
They have behavioral issues.
Yeah.
They become violent. They disrespect women because there is no man or whatever. Like, I notice when men are abandoned, they hate women. And when women are abandoned by their fathers, they hate men.
Yep. And that's exactly, it's true because, I was abandoned by both of my parents, So, I was taken through CPS. So, and my grandma, if it wasn't for my grandma, I probably still would be in, custody care at the age that I was in. But I grew up with my grandma at the age of 3 instead of going into custody with CPS. And it's hard once you're in CPS to get somebody out.
Because I feel CPS brainwashes children.
They do.
And then that's why when you get them back, they're fucking disrespectful and bad. Because in their little brains, they feel they could disrespect you and telling you, how you going to tell me I'm your mother or your father or whatever it is? So no teacher can tell me anything. Because I say what goes on in the house. What do you think?
I think the same thing. I'm the parent. If there was instruction on how to raise kids, I mean, I think we all would have A+, or how to raise different kids. But there is no right or wrong way to raise a kid. You guys do there may be something that I don't like that she does with her kids, and she may not like something that I do with my kid. You know what I mean? So it just depends on whatever it is.
And it takes a village to raise children.
It does.
Not just, oh, mom and daddy. You might be like, girl, my daughter loves you. Can you sit and talk to her? And my daughter might listen to you, and I mean, I can't be mad.
Yeah.
But people get jealous. Oh, I rather someone my kid knows to listen to them and know that we're collectively working together. So if you do bullshit, they gonna tell me.
Yep. And that's how I feel about it the same way too. I feel the exact same way.
And it's just how society is now. These millennial kids are fucking disrespectful. You can't even whoop your kids without somebody calling CPS or you going to jail.
And yeah, and it's just ridiculous. You know, it's just, you know, some of these kids out here do need ass whoopings. The way they be talking to their parents. No, let me talk to my parent like that. I was picking my grandma. Shit, she was in her, you know, she was young, but she's still young. She was in her 50s and still beating our asses. We were like 13 and 15 and whatever, and she was beating our asses. She didn't give a fuck. That, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, if we said something or we mouth off something, we was picking ourselves off the flow. So we made sure we was good.
But nowadays, I feel this whole system, this racist system that's ran by Europeans and homosexuals, they're trying to take parenting out of the home. And like one day I fussed at my son and somebody said they were going to call the cops. I'm like, bitch, call the cops. All I did was tap him on his hand. You might let your kids talk shit to you, but bitch, my motherfucking kid will not ever in life disrespect me.
Yep, not mine either. Especially if he came out of a female, I will never let him disrespect a female. And I'll be 50 years old. I'll be damned if I was, you know, an elderly woman. I'd still beat his ass. You're not finna, you know, act disrespectful to a female. And especially if somebody told me that he got a girl pregnant and he wasn't taking care of him, that's an ass whooping right there. I don't give a fuck.
Right. So thank you guys for watching this video. Again, my guest is Bianca. Have a nice day.